right, ladies and gentlemen of the 118 scale, 3.75 inch, 4-inch modern action figure community. I'm back again with another video. And in this video, we're going to be discussing none other than what's in the box. I think I've seen these things before, and I've seen reviews on them, but never in a 118 scale. So, without further ado, let's get into the box. So there's no need in beating around the bush. This is going to be the Gridiron Studios Hound. But am I crossing over to the 112 scale world? Because we know Gridiron Studios only makes for 112, but that has recently changed. So this will be possibly the first video on the 118 scale version of the Hound. So let's get into this. Let's see what we got here. I've never actually ordered anything from Gridiron Studios before, so we're gonna check this out together. So far, this is the accessories pack. Got a bunch of stuff in here, and I think we'll check this out later. But so far, it looks good. Packed really nicely, and to me it looks way bigger than a Awe Striker. And then also in the box we have a set of 4 wheels. Hard plastic. They're heavy. All right, let's make sure that's it. See if anything else is in here. Nothing. All right. So we're gonna put this thing together. Let's get into it. So I've heard a lot of good about Gridiron Studios, and I've heard very little bad. Wow, look at that. Apparently this is 3D printed. They use a high grade of filament. Wow, man, this is pretty cool. It's robust in the hands. It feels way stronger than the Awe Striker. Got a little scratch there. No big deal. Looks like everything here is intact. Don't see anything that might have been broken. We got this turntable here for the turret. Steering wheel, it turns. Very spacious inside. You can fit a 118 scale figure in there with no problem. On the back, you have this gunner seat or gunner's position. Let's put some wheels on. So I've already got one on. I've seen in the 112 videos how difficult it is to put these wheels on, but this one wasn't. See, it's not difficult at all. It doesn't go on very tight, but it holds nicely. And look at the wheels, look at the detail. Gridiron Studios, hybrid, rugged terrain. Very cool. Let's get this one on. Maybe this one's gonna be a little hard. Nope. They're all pretty easy to get on. The wheels don't roll that well, but it's okay. Looks good. Yeah, this is way bigger than an Awe Striker. All right, so while that's done, let's get into this accessories pack here. First and foremost, we'll pull out our turret. Looks like a cannon. It actually looks like the Awe Striker cannon. You can kind of see here from the flashing. Still looks really good. And man, it is definitely a good feel in the hand. It's not, doesn't feel cheap at all. Doesn't even feel like 3D printed. It feels nice. It feels sturdy too. Really cool. So this will mount up here, but let's look at some of the detail before we go on. So if you notice, the vehicle is cast in this green color, so there's no problem with paint scratching off or anything. And just like here, this is cast in black. This looks like some type of radar detection system. Then it comes down to this. It looks like a wire, but it's like a rope. And man, this is highly detailed and very nicely done. A little flashing there, nothing crazy. If I wanted to, I could sand it down. I don't know if it doesn't cause me any issues, I ain't bothering it. This may be a little bit of paint here. But so far, everything you see that is black is cast in black. So we're going to slip that on like so. That went on easy with no issue. Really cool. All right, let's see what else we got in here. All right, now for the small meat and potatoes of the thing. Here is a card. You can pause and read that. You can take down any of that information. You can look on here and see what other, they're actually very active on Instagram and Facebook. I see almost daily them posting stuff. I mean, some really cool things coming out of that camp. Props and design. And here, 112 Armory. But I don't know. Maybe we're going to start seeing some things in 118. You know, if we don't pick up any of it, I highly doubt we'll see any 118 scale things. So, all right, moving right along. It looks like this gun. Let's take a look at it. Again, highly detailed and molded with the 3D printer. I like that it has that hole there. A lot of 118 scale guns and weapons don't have the hole there, so I usually try to drill them in, but they never come out centered well. So this is really cool, man. All right, let's put this on the back because this one will go back here. Man, that's pretty cool. If I don't say so myself, that is really cool. We got some jerry cans or some gas cans again. Done with that green Gridiron Studios logo on it. And those will go right here. How about we do it like that? Yeah. We'll go just like that. They don't lock in or anything. They just kind of sit. But they look cool nonetheless. Now we have this this ammo belt, and I think it goes in here. And let's take a look at this machine gun also. I don't even need to say it, but I'm going to. Very nicely done. Yes, it does have the hole in the middle, a little bent at the tip, but we can fix that. So that one pegs in right here, and then this belt goes into there, symbolizing that this is where your armaments are coming from, or this is where your bullets are stored down there, and you fire and you bring it through. You got these headlights here. They go on pretty easy. Get those things situated. And then what is this? I seen a post not too long ago where somebody had one of these vehicles and they had this, and it's like, what is this? Well, this, if you don't know, this is your tow hook, and it pegs in back here, and it locks in place too. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you so choose to pick up a 1/18 scale Hound from Gridiron Studios, this is what you're getting. You will not be disappointed. Since the collapse of Hasbro, and not necessarily their collapse, but since they stopped making 1/18 scale things, we haven't seen many cool vehicles. So this thing is cool, man. Look at this. It's very highly detailed. You got some shocks there. They don't actually work. They're just more for appearance. Got your headlights here. You got a little storage here. You could possibly keep things. Now, the 112 version has a lot of different accessories. So I hope that we are going to see some of those add-ons. You know, they have the chariot, they have the wheel mounts in the back. They have different weapons for this thing. Man, really cool. So if I were you guys, I would definitely look into this. Go on the website, get your pricing, and, you know, look into this guy here. The website does say wait 30 to 45 business days before this thing arrives. And it didn't take that long. It took about a little under a month for it to come in. I think about a month. A little under a month, because I ordered it on the 12th and it showed up on the 7th. So just be patient, because I think once you order, I don't think these are made to order. Like the 112s, they have them in stock. They're made to order. These, I think, are just a trial period, and they're not made to order. So when you order it, they're going to start the process. Then it's got to cure, and then it's got to do all these other things. And then they got to, get everything going. So what do you think about this? We're going to need to have a cool figure to go along with it. So I have my G.I. Joe figure here. He's ready to run his missions, and this is going to be his vehicle of choice. If I had to, he'll sit back there. Let's see if we can get him in there nicely. Yeah, he fits nicely. Then I'm gonna go there in front of him. All right, well, and he's got to be careful before he gets choked out with that wire there, but hey, it's a small thing, And if he's running by himself, he doesn't have to worry about that, because he'll be driving. But anyway, I think I'm going to end this video right here. And thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, feel free, put them down below. This is actually huge for us. We haven't seen 1/18 scale vehicles in a while, so this is huge. If I were you, I would show the support to the Gridiron's team, Gridiron Studios team. Pick up a couple things. They also have is it the Phalanx? I'm not sure what that one is. Yeah, I think it's called the APC. Anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought on that. But I think we should definitely consider supporting the company, so that way we can get cool things too. They have so many different add-ons for the 112, but I don't think we have anything for this one yet. It would definitely be nice to see some add-ons. Also, they have the Phalanx, or you call it Phalanx. I'm sorry, and Then they have the other one that they have all these different parts that you build onto it. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, um, no more to say about this, man. I'm impressed. I am definitely impressed. I like this, and I think I will do a side by side comparison with um, the All Striker, and compare and see which one's bigger. But I think this one's definitely bigger by a long shot. Definitely. Really cool. All right. So with that being said, I'm out. All right. Peace.